Hey guys, Bill coming back at you again with another video, and today we're going to do some more training, mostly LST, on the Peach Sherbet OGs in the 5x5, and if we have time we're going to take a look at some of the other grows we got going on as well. Alright guys, so first off, we're going to get right down to brass tacks here. We're going to start some work on these Peach Sherbet OGs. Alright guys, here we are in the Mars Hydro 5x5. We're growing these girls under the Mars Hydro FC6500 Evo. Don't think you can see that. Made with the Samsung LM301H diodes. And speaking of that, I do encourage you guys, if you would like to get your hands on any of Mars Hydro's lights that still contain the Samsung LM301H diodes, you might want to head over to Mars Hydro pretty quickly because they're doing a sale right now. They have the mega pre-420 sale going on right now, and they have some really good deals on the last of the lights that contain the Samsung LM301H diodes, because Samsung is going out of the diode business. So head over there, check that out. I have all the links down below, and if you use my code BWARD, you'll save a little bit more at checkout. So here we have the four, let's back up here, four Peach Sherbet OGs from Perfect Tree, and they're doing really well. Last week we came in and we topped quite aggressively. We topped each one once, just to bring them all down to roughly the same level, and that's continued to work out pretty good. But now what we want to do is we want to open these up. Okay, they're doing really good, but we want to open them up. We want to fill in the rest of this room. We have some room here in the center. We'll end up moving these pots towards the center a bit, and we'll have some room on the outside, so we can really spread these out, completely fill this 5x5 tent with these four plants. Now, in order to do this, I do like to pick the plants up, put them on my little work table, and do it from there instead of bending over. And we're also gonna do some lollipops, so we'd have to get right down to the bottom of them pots. So I like to lift them up, put them on my table, and work on them. And we are growing these with the Mars Hydro drip system that we can see. The hose right here, this is the drip emitter right in the middle there, and we're also using the drainage system. Now, one good thing about this system, it's working fabulously, by the way. I've never had to touch anything since the initial setup. It just waters itself twice a day, and any of the runoff will just collect down into this pump bucket here, and when that gets full or covered, it'll pump it right back into the reservoir. Now, I've been changing the reservoir every week or so I don't have to worry about salt buildup, because I am using synthetic nutrients in the system, but it is working flawlessly. And for the timer and everything else in this tent to help automate it, I'm using the Mars Hydro iHub Pro. So I have everything in there all hooked up. Fantastic, all run by the app on my phone. Really love it. Check them out. Also, I think they're also on sale during this mega 420 sale as well. Okay, so using the system here, I like it because nothing is really attached permanently to the system. So all I have to do in order to remove this to do some work, I'm going to reach in here. I'm going to pull out the drip emitter right here. I'm just going to chuck that on the floor. Now I can pick that plant up and put it wherever I want it, do my work to it, and bring it back in and set it back down. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now. I think what we'll do here, we're going to go first with this one back here, okay? Because this is technically the shortest one. It's also the most compact one. All the other ones are kind of spaced out. Their branches are kind of spaced out pretty well. This one, and this one. But this one is pretty compact, so we're only going to be able to pull that down to a certain point, a certain height. So we're going to use that one to judge how much to pull the rest down. So we're going to grab this one, and I'm going to put you guys up on the tripod, and we'll get some work done to it. All right, so this was the shortest one. We got this pulled out here. First thing we want to do this week is we want to lollipop in around the bottom here. We want to open this up for airflow. Like I said, this plant is fairly compact compared to the other ones, so it's really important to make sure we get lots of airflow down here. So we're going to go ahead, let me lower you down a little bit and bring you in a little bit closer. Okay, so we're going to come right down here, Any low branches we're taking right off. We're not going to want the plant spending energy on plants that are never going to be close to the top. So even though this is a really nice branch, it's coming off. And anything below that as well, any leaves, any branching, anything like that, it's all going to come off. Okay, so we'll turn this around just a little bit. We want to get rid of most of the big stuff around here so that we can actually see what is going on down here, because it's kind of hard to tell exactly what's going on with all this in the way. Okay, just continue to just chop out any of this stuff down here. We're chucking it in our little bag so it'll be a little bit easier to clean it up later. Okay. Now, I did take some clones from this last week. I could also use these for clones, but I don't need any more at this point. So we're just going to compost them for now. We'll turn it around a little bit more and continue on. Same old, same old. Okay. So you can tell as we're going along here, it's just opening everything up. And once we have all these branches pulled down, there won't be room for these anyway. They'll be completely covered. Alright, I think this should be the last area that we need to worry about with this. Right here. And we still got some of those really huge leaves on here. Very impressive leaves. Alright, just a couple more here. Now, if you're doing this for the first time and you're not sure whether you should cut it or not, you can leave it for now and then just come back and check on it later and see where it's at. See if it's grown up through the canopy to get to the top or not. You can always take it off later down the road. You don't need to do this all at once, but I just really kind of want to get it out of the way at this point. Okay, so now what we're going to do is start some LST, low stress training, / there may be a little bit of high stress training as well. If they bend too far and they snap, we call that super cropping. We're going to try to avoid that. Not that I don't like super cropping, it's just we're going for more of an LST on this one. So let's bring the camera up a little bit, pull you back so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so I have bud clips here, and I also have some, what are they called, pipe cleaners. So we'll see what we end up having to use. These are very convenient because you don't have to tie anything down. But sometimes I'd rather tie it down to get it exactly where I want it. This just bends it and then they grow back up. So let's try, we're going to go in to try to get the middle ones here, okay? The ones in the middle of the plant. We're going to try to bring these out first and see how far down we can go with it. So we'll go ahead, use the bud clip, see if this works. Okay. Well, that worked out all right there. Let's turn it around. We'll try doing it in stages. We'll come in here, take this top one from the middle, and try the same thing with this. Bring you back a little bit. And we're going to try to go in about the same spot. Okay, brought that down all right. Let's turn around, get one over on this side. I just find sometimes it's easier to do like one here and then like 4 around the plant to keep them even, and then go back and finish up with the rest of them. Just sometimes helps. Now we still have a lot of smaller branching inside here. We're going to leave that for right now until we get everything pulled down. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with this one here. Bring this out to the outside edge, bend it right down. Okay, and continue on over here. Let's see, we'll go with this one right here. Bring this out. Now the bud clips are working really good for these, and that's good because there's a long distance between the pot and those, so in order to tie it down it would be kind of inconvenient. We will be tying down some of the rest of them though, I think. The ones that we can get to. Let's grab this one from the center here, pull it out here and do the same. Okay, now that we got most of the inside ones, the outside ones, they're a little bit lower, so we can actually tie these. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that and try to spread everything out evenly. We'll go right here. I'm just going to use my clippers here, poke a hole, use the pipe cleaner, wrap it around, and I'm going to go up and I'm going to grab it right around the same spot that the bud clip is. Okay, I'm going to grab it right there and just give it a little twist with the pipe cleaner and pulling it down. Okay, and we'll just keep going all the way around here. See if we can get a nice even canopy. And also this is going to be the template for how low we can pull the other ones down as well, because they're all taller and just a little bit taller branches on them. So there we go. Really easy. What have we got? One here. I like using the pipe cleaners. They're just cheap. And with the fabric pot, it doesn't take anything to poke a hole in that. Some people use paper clips and stuff like that. I don't see the need, because you can still use these pots over and over again, even if you poke a hole in it. You pull this pipe cleaner out, you're probably never going to find that hole again anyway. Trust me, I've tried. Even if I just happen to turn away, put a hole in it, turn away, and then I come back and I just still can't even find the hole sometimes. I'm sure there's a pun there somewhere. But we're going to continue on here. And again, right around the same place where we put the bud clip. Pull it straight out there. A couple more here. We got this one. What we got here? We got one tucked in there. Okay, we'll pull this one here. A little twist. Okay. We do have this one that's pretty much in the center, which we missed the first time, so I'm going to use a bud clip for that. Okay. And this one here, pull this right down. Now you don't have to choke these off either. There's not a lot of pressure at this point on these twist ties here. So just a couple little curls around itself, and that should be enough. Now what happened when we did that is we exposed all those little ones are now at the very top in the center. Okay, now we're probably not going to keep them all, but we won't take too many of them off today, if any. We'll let them grow up for another week and see which one of these decide they want to dominate the plant now, if any. and then we'll decide which ones to keep and which ones to take, because it's still really congested. There's like 10 buds like right in this area, so we'll leave them for this week. I am going to go ahead and take off a few of the bigger leaves though that are blocking a bunch of stuff, a bunch of bud sites down below and blocking airflow. So we'll just take off just a few. Okay, maybe a few on this side as well. And I'll show you, you'll get a better look at the top here once we put it back in the tent. Okay, now there's a big one here, but it's not blocking. There's nothing underneath of it, so nothing needs to come off if it's not blocking anything. Now this one, this is going to come up like this, and then it's going to block this entire thing, so we will take this one. Okay, so I think that's what we're going to do here. I think that's it. And of course, as soon as I say that, I pull another leaf. That just always happens. So we're going to take this one back in. We'll put it back into the tent, and then we'll grab one of the taller ones. I'll go off video to do the rest of them, but we'll do one more here on video, just one of the taller ones that isn't as congested. And then we'll take a look at them all done and see how much room is left in the tent at that point compared to what it was before we LST'd these girls. Okay, so we're going to do this one now. Now this one is quite a bit taller, at least a couple inches taller, not quite a bit, but a couple inches. And we're going to do the same thing with this one, and we're going to try to keep it right at the same level as the shorter one is right now. So we'll just go ahead and quickly, again, we're going to take off anything at the bottom that is not going to produce nice big buds that we like. We don't need that energy going down into there, being wasted on something that is never going to be top quality. So we'll go ahead. Start cutting things out here, and also it helps us see what's going on as well. Okay, we'll take this right off. Once you get some of them big leaves out of the way, it's so much easier to see what's going on. I'll take this branch here and some of these lower branches and leaves. And yeah, lots of big ass leaves on here, I tell you. We took most of the big leaves off last week, and I did press a couple of them. I have a really big book that if I find a big leaf that really impresses me, I'll put it between a couple of pieces of paper and press it in the book, and it dries it out nice and straight. So I did that with one of the ones last week because they were just so big. It's kind of impressive. Okay, I'm sure this girl is gonna like this. Get a little breeze around the legs a little bit, and this side here, and we should be good. We'll take that, and that. There, that's gonna be in the way, so we'll take that too. Alright, not quite done. Thought I was done. Okay, so we're going to do the exact same thing as we did with the other one. And if I remember correctly, we brought it down to about this level. I'm just going by feel. I didn't measure the other one, but I remember putting the clips right at this area. And so that's what we're going to do again. We're going to go right in here, spread it apart a little bit, grab some of the middle ones, okay? We're going to go with the bud clips again for the middle ones. If I can remember which way they go. There we go. I'm going to pick that leaf off because I know it's going to come off later. Alright. And we'll turn it around here. Reach in and grab Another center one there. Like so. And this one here. And when I say center ones, I mean the ones, the most top nodes, right? They're going to be the ones closest to the center. All right, so we're going to take this one and go right about here. These are pretty good stocks. You have to have decently strong stocks for these bud clips to actually hold. If they're really loose, as soon as you bend them and release them, they'll just kind of either bend here like a fold, or just be so droopy that it doesn't give enough pressure on the bud to actually hold it. So let's go with this one. Let's see here. We'll go with this one here. We're going to bring this way. Now this one did actually just kind of bend because I did it right at a node. I think it's going to hold though. Let's see here. I'm going to bring this one right here. And again, as you can see, some of these smaller branches that were well down below the canopy are now at the top. And we'll leave them, like I said, see what they want to do, right? And we'll go in, we got another top bud right here, top branch, I should say. And that down. And there we go. Again, I know that leaf right there is going to block everything, so we're going to take that off. Now we'll come back and do the same thing with the outside ones, or the or in this case, in most cases, the more bottom branches, right? They're a little bit lower, so it's a lot easier to use the twist ties. So we're going to pull them down and out. I know I may be repeating myself, guys, but it's been a while since I've done like a full LST training video, and I do have new viewers that I just thought they may benefit from it. So if it's not something you're interested in, then I understand. But some of the newer growers, places are becoming legal to grow more and more all the time. So some of them may not have seen this before. So that's why I'm kind of going over it again. And I enjoy this. It's actually been a while since I've done a good LST training. So I find it quite fun, relaxing. Okay. Come up here. All right. What do we got? We got one more here. Twist, twist. Okay, we got one more right here. And that one we'll put right here. Now with the drip emitter, with these pipe cleaners, they can get in the way when you're trying to water and stuff, but there's plenty of room here that I can still reach my hand in there, put the drip emitter down back into the soil, and I won't be watering it every day, so I'm not going to need to get by these pipe cleaners after that. So I really do like that drip system and the drainage system. They both work so well together. Like I said, once a week I'll change out the reservoir, and that's pretty much been it. So all right, there we go. We've got this pulled down. It's probably twice as wide, or almost twice as wide as it was when we started, and that's exactly what we wanted. We're going to go ahead here, just pull off any of these leaves that are potentially going to cover the bud sites that we just bent over. And even for me, it's hard for me to kind of see down there. So some of them I just don't know, and I won't know till I get it back in the tent and I'm actually looking down on it. That's when you can really see what needs to come off and what can stay. But some of them are very obvious, so just doing a couple right now. And there we go. All right, so that's all we're gonna do on video. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do up the last two. I'll put them back in, get them all arranged where I want them. Then we'll come back and take a look at what they look like before training and then after training. Okay guys, so here we are back in the tent. We have all the plants trained. Before we look at them, let's see what they look like before we started the training today. So this is them big full plants. Now let's take a look at them after the training. Okay, so remember we said we had all them gaps in the center and on the sides that we wanted to fill in. We've pretty much got the entire thing filled in. There's a little bit of room left, but not much. So I think what we're gonna do, and as you can see, we've kept it pretty true to what we wanted. All the canopy is pretty full, or pretty even, I should say. And we also have, as you can see down there, we have the drip emitters back in place, so we can continue on as if we never even moved them. So it worked out really well. Used some bud clips and some tie downs. And now that we can see from the top, we did do a pretty good job at taking off all the bigger leaves that were covering bud sites. I will come through and pick off periodically. I see this one right here. Actually, we have all that bud site cluster down there. I'm just gonna pinch that off and tuck this little one down underneath there, so that exposes that to the light. But overall, I think we did pretty good. So we are well on the way. I think we will be actually flipping to flower next week, because by next week we should be completely full in from side to side, front to back. So I think that's what we'll do next week. This one here, I think just a little bit there, pull it back just a hair and give a little bit of room there in the center, because that leaf was pretty much covering this one. So now that exposes that. And yeah, so next week we're going to be flipping them to flower. It's been a really good grow, very easy with the drip system and the drainage system. So what more could you ask for? An easy grow, and by the looks of it, it's going to be a nice full tent with these 4 plants. All right guys, so that's it for this one. We got a lot of work here done in the 5x5 with these Peach Sherbet OGs. And I think they're only about 5 weeks since they've been in here, and we're all ready to flip to flower. We're gonna have that tent filled front to back, side to side, completely full with good top quality buds. So stay tuned for that. Be sure, again, I'll mention the Mars Hydro Mega pre-420 sale going on right now with up to 30% off of all products. So if you're interested in any of that, feel free to check out the links down below. Whether it's their tents, their lights, their drip systems, their drainage systems, all their smart products now. They have the iHub Pro, they have the iControl system, which I absolutely love. Control your entire grow pretty much on one app on your phone, no matter where you're at. So feel free to check that out. Use my code BWARD. Save yourself a little bit at checkout. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I much appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and we'll see you on the next one. Happy growing.